Sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is promising a thorough investigation after officials in Havana claimed 4 U.S. residents were killed after they opened fire from a speedboat off the island's northern shore.
I'm very, very confident that we will know the full story of what happened here, and we will know it soon. And then, we'll respond appropriately based on what that information tells us.
CBS's Lilia Luciano.
It's very unusual to see a speedboat going into Cuba. There's a lot of speculation about why into Cuban waters. What the Cubans are saying is that the people in the boat started firing at them. 4 people were killed. We don't know if they're U.S. citizens or if they're U.S. residents, but the boat is registered to Florida, to the United States.
Documents about sexual assault allegations against President Trump missing from the Epstein files.
An index of the Epstein files listed 4 FBI memos about a woman who claims Mr. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein assaulted her when she was a minor. But only one of those memos was released, and it only concerns the allegations against Epstein. California Democrat Robert Garcia is the ranking member of the House Oversight Committee.
Why aren't the documents there? Why have they been removed? And Congress, under the Transparency Act and the subpoena, have a right to see them.
The Justice Department says it is reviewing the index and will release any documents that may have been improperly withheld. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Hillary and Bill Clinton are set to tell lawmakers about their dealings with Epstein. Correspondent Nicole Killian.
The Clintons' depositions follow months of back-and-forth negotiations with the House Oversight Committee. The former first couple has been pushing to testify publicly, but instead they'll appear for closed-door tape depositions.
Hillary Clinton is set to testify today, her husband tomorrow, near their home in Chapaqua, New York. A new round of talks between the U.S. and Iran got underway this morning with President Trump's threats of U.S. military strikes looming if Tehran doesn't agree to give up its nuclear program. The BBC's Kazra Naji is in Geneva.
This is not just Iran and the U.S. Iran's supreme leader has threatened that if Americans attack Iran militarily, Iran will take the war to the region.
Here in the U.S. and other car makers reporting big losses. WWJ's Jeff Gilbert from Detroit.
Stellantis losing $26.3 billion in 2025. Like Ford and GM, the company putting the big cost of changing EV plans into 1 year. But Stellantis also saw a big drop in sales. This means workers will forego profit-sharing checks for the first time in 15 years.
Stellantis owns Jeep, Chrysler, Ram, and Dodge. Dow futures down 35. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at JTV.com.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra. For
local news is brought to you by Fusion Coffee House in the Township in Ridgeland, reminding you to attend the free Township Jazz Festival on Saturday, April 11th.
Progress against the cyber attack. A 50% chance for rain today, mostly cloudy with a high at 75. Tonight, that rain chance is up to 70% and the low is 55. That rain is not hanging around, though. Friday, it's partly sunny and 72 and clear for the weekend. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. If you have an appointment at any clinic run by UMMC or elective surgery scheduled for this week, the hospital system says they still can't do it. And all of those are canceled and the clinics closed through Friday. But they say they are making progress with getting the computer systems restored after last week's cyber attack. The hospitals and ERs in Jackson, Madison County, Holmes County, and Grenada are open. Someone else injured in a house fire in Jackson, which makes 2 this week. This one was on Daniels Circle about 8 Wednesday morning. This one is being blamed on things being too close to a heater. The house already had flames shooting out of the top when firefighters got there, and the man who managed to get out had burns on his hands. In Natchez, the Adams County Sheriff's Department is not saying too much about what happened 2 years ago, but a man who was arrested Tuesday has been charged with sexual battery from an incident in August of 2024. His name is Houston Tyler Dunson. He's 46, and that's where the cops stopped talking. The camera caught him before he cut off the power. That was in a Tuesday burglary of a fish house in Florence on Dixie Road. The employees noticed something was up when they did the morning cash drawer count. Sheriff Brian Bailey says a look at surveillance showed a man in a black hoodie. They ID'd him as Scott Dennis Roberts of Florence and went and put the cuffs on him. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away.
Good Friday Eve, according to Andy Devine.
Yes.
It's Thursday morning. It is the Chip Matthews Show, the one and only show where I wake up when the song ends.
True.
I mean, sitting over here half asleep. Last week, y'all saw me earlier this week do 5 hours of radio, completely asleep on the air.
And he said, I'm tired of talking for once in his life.
Good morning, Shane Easley. And good morning, Terry at Jackson Motor Speedway. You need to come on the show and talk about Jackson Motor Speedway.
Yes.
Because we got nothing to talk about otherwise. You know, we're just sitting in here aimlessly talking. I'll send Dawn or you a message and try and get me a day off on my regular job. What's your regular job?
Really?
Yeah. You know,
we want to know all about Jackson Speedway.
So he's going to get in touch with you to get a doctor's excuse. Because I'm going to anoint you a doctor. Okay. You are a doctor.
I'm a DEI today.
I'm going to give you a drive-through education, like a doctor's degree, like they give out at Jackson State.
Okay.
And so now you are a doctorate, and you were anointed a doctorate by the Reverend Chip Matthews.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Okay. And look, the reason why I bring that up.
Okay.
House Bill 1528. This is it's a House bill or a Senate bill. But anyway, it's 1528. It must be a Senate bill. They want to lower the teacher standards to qualify to be a teacher in Mississippi. Okay, let's think about that for just a moment. That's not a good idea. That's not, it's like.
Well, they're showing their true colors. They really don't care.
And, you know, they're asking Delbert to kill it, so it must be in the Senate. But my question to you is, if you're lowering the standard just to get, I mean, we're a bunch, you know, we're 3,000 teachers short last year. This year, we're 6,000 teachers short. And they're throwing more money. And I was watching the thing on the lottery money. The lottery money goes to an education fund only to enhance the beauty of a campus. It does not have anything to do
with paying the teachers.
The lottery money doesn't go to that. It goes to education enhancement. How's that for a big name for absolutely going nowhere?
Well, yeah, it's going somewhere, and they're in the politicians' pockets.
Somebody's pocket. I mean, if you expand the stadium, we'll get a public-private entity to come in and expand the stadium. It probably is considered a public-private entity already. They'll put the money together. They'll expand the stadium. They'll beautify a stadium. They'll build a great stadium, and they take it out of those funds.
Right.
And once again, taxpayers, you are That's your money. That's our money. We need to really get down and reach in your pocket and look at a dollar bill. You need to do it in change. We need to get 100 pennies. Oh, they don't want you to get 100 pennies anymore. Because you could get 100 pennies and you can take that 100 pennies and I'm going to say, okay, that's $1. Okay. For some of you kids out there, 100 pennies is $1. That they don't really know anymore,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you take 7 of those pennies away, well, no, that's what sales tax used to be. What is sales tax now?
9 in Ridgeland.
Well, it's 9 in Ridgeland. I thought it went down last year, but it didn't really, did it?
No, it didn't.
Nobody, they forgot to tell everybody to fix their computers. And when we pay sales tax at our place, we're paying 9% because we have to throw pennies in for the park. Okay. But so you look at it, okay, so let's take the first 9 cents out. So now you have how much? 91 cents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let's look at the increase in value of what else is going on in the world and take that out. They're going, well, that's all tariff money. No, that's not tariff money because it's cheaper to manufacture in the United States. But the people that can make it cheaper in the United States because of the tariff leveling the field, they have not lowered the prices. They're not going to because you're going to continue to pay them. Mm-hmm. As long as you pay them, that's what's going to happen. Yep. And same for the government. The government is sitting there going, okay, well, we've got all this money here. We'll take this to the side for taxes. Okay, so how do we as the government get more of that money? Well, we'll open the door over here for energy to raise their rates because they're only the public utilities of the state are only supposed to make X amount of dollars off the people. They have a fixed rate that they're supposed to make. But when they open the door to allow them to expand their business, they said, you can charge a little bit more where you can expand the energies of Mississippi. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now you're getting a tax rate hike that the lawmakers can say that they have clean hands of it, but we're paying an extra $100 here. Then you have a 12% hike in gas, in water in Jackson. Okay, 12% would be what? 12 more pennies out of that pile?
Mm-hmm.
If we're working on a standard of 100 pennies.
Right.
So all of a sudden now your water's costing you more. The energy to get your water is costing you more. So now your 100 pennies is down to like 47. Okay? Mm-hmm. So now you've got to live on 47 cents of your dollar you make. Now I know there are economists that say, Chip, you're just oversimplifying the facts and this, that, and the other. But I'm sure the people out there that are listening to this show have reached in their pocket and said, that dollar just doesn't go as far as it used to. I don't get half as much for it as I did. That's because you don't.
That's true.
And you don't. Good morning, Lloyd Travis. Good morning, Beth O'Kane Ladner. Good morning, Debbie Bragansky. And good morning, Jeff Thomas. Sounds like we need to clean house at the Public Service Commission. Well, there's some truth there. But my question to you is, do the lawmakers, in elections, I saw where Delbert was talking about how fair our elections were and how long we've been on fair elections here and how we have an ID program here in the state. Mm-hmm. But you have a 10 days after the election that you can come in and bring your ID if you didn't bring your ID on election day. So
that's so unacceptable.
Cut all the fraud out.
Mm-hmm.
Cut all the possibilities of fraud. I've been looking at his posts lately, and it looks like we'll talk about something, and then Delbert the next day is defending that position. So Delbert, I know you're out there and you're listening. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being Lieutenant Governor for what you've been in office now for 1 billion years. And there was something that I heard today on the news. Why do you take the most important positions in the government, like the president and the governor of Mississippi, have term limits?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After that, there is no term limits. So the people in Congress and the people in the Senate and then at the House level, the Congress and the Senate. Then, of course, at the same level as Lieutenant Governor and Secretary of State, and all of that underneath the governor doesn't have term limits. And you want to know why we have all this bureaucracy in the pipe chain.
Wow, there's so much corruption.
You got to blame it on somebody. I don't mean to be a dick. Good morning, Billy Hudson. But I mean, why won't you go with the term limits? Trump is working those term limits right now on those people. I mean, think about it. Nancy, no, and he brought up the fact of what was it? Where you reach in your pocket. What is it called? Good morning, Will Brown. What is that? Insider trading.
Oh, okay.
They brought up insider trading. And somebody made the comment that if you'd been in office for 12 years, it might be harder for you to do it. Insider trading can occur in a week. So they're wrong there. But you would know, you would have more people run for the office for the purpose of doing good and working for the people if you had term limits.
Right.
Because right now, I mean, you got the girl running against Cindy Hyde-Smith, and they're just. And
she's not a true Mississippian, is she?
I don't know. See, I
think I read somewhere where she's from out of state.
Well, that's true.
And hasn't been here too terribly long.
Yeah, but I mean, and she's got a funny last name for us. But she's saying all the right things, but you still don't know how she's going to vote.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, the GOP doesn't want anybody else to run against her, against Cindy Hyde-Smith.
Right.
So you have to wonder if an outside influence is bringing this person in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But, I mean, you don't know. Mm-hmm. I mean, we're sitting here in the dark because in Mississippi, we do not talk among ourselves. The politicians have us all separated to where we don't talk. And that's all where some other guy was online having to apologize for what he said on the air wrong. And I'm going, if you just tell the truth, you'd have your story right all the time. You should always tell the truth. Tell what you know. Then you don't have to correct it. It's not fact when you say it some other way. And it wasn't a person that works here.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we stand behind everything we say, regardless of what we say, allegedly. How y'all like that? Slide that in there.
Stick that A word in there.
Stick that in there. But it's upsetting to me to look at that, and then Trump is looking for a new banking law.
He is?
New banking law.
Okay.
That's really got them running. The Democrats running scared.
Cool. What is it?
Banks ask people to provide proof of citizenship in the USA.
Wonder where that's leading to.
Well, that would lead to, if you're a Chinese nationalist and you're in the country and you got a bank account, you're not washing money. We'd know when you're messing up.
Yeah, he's on his game, isn't he?
He's on his game.
What about all these people who own the service stations and stuff?
You mean not woo-woo Indians, but dots?
Yeah.
Well, if they're legal, they're legal. If they're not legal, they're not legal.
I wish he would clean up that loophole that they use.
Yeah.
There's a big money grab right there amongst that community.
And then the question is, and I mean, I'm not a banking expert, all right, by any means, barely can handle my own credit cards. I don't have any credit cards. I've never had a credit card. Never in my life had a credit card.
Yeah.
I have debit cards, never had a credit card. But what I don't understand, and that way I never spend, maybe that's what we need to do. That makes so much sense. We'll be back. We'll talk about this. Maybe we need to get the state legislature a debit card. Then when you swipe the card and it doesn't work, you cannot send that money out. You don't have it. You don't have it to spend.
That's a good idea, Chip.
We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie on WYAB.
That's a good idea, Chip.
We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
At
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
We would like to invite you to visit our retirement community, which is not only beautiful, but affordable as well. I'm Rhonda Brown, director at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Ridgeland. Our team members are passionate about making our residents' life easier and more enjoyable. We have fun-filled educational and entertaining activities, plus daily exercise that will help with your stamina and balance. Call us at the Waterford on Highland Colony in Ridgeland, 601-856-6131.
Are you looking for a church family to connect with? One that will provide opportunities to grow in your spiritual life, as well as a chance to serve others? First Baptist Flora may be just the place for you. We're located at 102 Jackson Street in Flora. To worship with us in person, we have a traditional worship service that begins Sunday mornings at 8:30. Then our life groups meet at 9:45, and the Refuge Contemporary service begins at 11 a.m. We also have a midweek service every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. So come join us at First Baptist Flora, where we're making much of Jesus.
As Christians, it's our calling to be faithful to Christ and obedient to the Great Commission. Our heart's desire and prayer to God is that through our efforts, many would receive and rest upon Christ alone as he is offered to them in the gospel. I'm David Strain, Senior Minister at First Presbyterian Church of Jackson, inviting you and your family to join us as we strive to fulfill that mission. We're located on North State Street in Jackson. Times of our services can be found at fpcjackson.org. You can also hear the good news about Jesus Christ each Sunday mornings at 9:30 on 103.9 WYAB.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
When you feel like your business is drowning in paperwork and compliance issues, it's time to call Peoplease. Let Peoplease take care of the busy work so that you can save valuable time and focus on what really matters, growing your business. Peoplease is based in Ridgeland, so you're always dealing with local professionals who will actually understand your business and its needs. Join thousands of satisfied clients who trust Peoplease to simplify their employee administration. Visit peoplease.com. That's peoplease.com to learn more. When you want your pine trees to grow a little happier and a lot healthier, call on Holcomb Aerial Service. When your crops need dusting, think Holcomb Aerial Service. From the farm to your own pine forest, Holcomb Aerial Service will stimulate growth, eradicate pests, and preserve the value of your crops. Call Holcomb Aerial Service at 601-668-6200. That's 601-668-6200.
At Lakeshore Church, we believe the liberation of the soul is found only in Christ. Hello, I'm Jay Frazier, Senior Pastor at Lakeshore, inviting you to come and worship with us this week. We believe in the three-cross concept of ministry, the cross of salvation, the cross of separation, and the cross of service, and we believe all of these crosses should be evident in our lives. We're at 6880 South Sidewell Road in Byram. For more information about the ministries, activities, and times of service, go to lakeshorecmc.org.
And be sure to listen to Lakeshore Church's weekly program, heard Sunday mornings at 8 on 103.9 WYAB.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
Yes, I am Chip Matthews. She is Dawn McKenzie. This is the one and only show where it tells the truth, or at least we'll tell you when we're lying. Or it's obvious when we're lying.
You're so pretty.
Like this morning, we're going to take over the state's budget. We're going to go down there today, and we're going to let us become. It's our money, and all of you people love us. So we're just going to go down there, and we're going to take the money, and we're going to issue debit cards.
And when you run out, you run out.
When you run out, you run out.
It's over.
You know. And then, like here, somebody was saying, "Well, how would that affect committee seats and seniority?" Well, Lieutenant governor, if he doesn't stay there forever, you're not going to get the same people in those chairs every year. And if somebody leaves, sooner or later, they will leave and not quit beating a dead horse on something. Like, for instance, this HB2 bill, they keep working. They're working us hard. You know, Chip, you're just not and I see where Tate, who seems to be listening, is constantly going, you don't understand. You want to take the kids backwards. Hold on. Y'all got a bill to lower the teacher standards just to try to make it look like then you'll come on there and say, we hired 10,000 more teachers. Never mind, they had never graduated at college, but they already had a doctorate from Jackson State. I mean, come on.
Andy Devine says an undereducated society is much easier to control.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then you really have parents today that don't care if their kids go to school.
Yeah, you do.
And then you have parents that move around so much, single moms, that they yank their kids here and there. I mean, it's almost a hopeless cause.
Okay, we got a phone call. Let's see what we're going to get into. Good morning. You're on the air. YB. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Look, you hit something on the school thing. A couple of weeks ago, I went to a place within 125 miles of here that is in Mississippi to a school program.
Okay.
5th and 6th grade kids could not read. I have never seen something like it. They had the teacher speak. One of the teachers speak. I have never heard so many words mispronounced in my life.
It's the Mississippi Miracle.
And then they brought out Dr. So-and-so.
Yeah.
And Dr. So-and-so couldn't pronounce words.
No.
Dear God in heaven. And we wonder why the kids can't read. It was pathetic.
Well,
in fact,
think of this.
Further it went on, the matter I got.
Listen to this. I asked an employee of mine to write their name in cursive writing. And I mean, this person is 19. Okay. We don't know how to do that. We don't know how to do that. We quit doing that in the second grade.
I doubt these kids could write their name in block print.
Look, I look at I look at inventory sheets that people fill out for me, the employees, and it looks like first grade writing. I mean, I know I have chicken scratch, but I can also straighten it out from time to time when I take a little time.
Yes.
But
well, I've got, look, my kids, when they were coming up, I wanted them to be ahead. I got them hooked on phonics. Phonics is fun. And by the time they went to school, they were reading on about a 4th grade level.
Now, you know, the funny thing is think back for just a second. That used to be a commercial that ran all the time on the air.
Yes.
It don't run anymore because it's a pharmaceutical ad where they're trying to control us all.
And when I used to have to make trips to New Orleans, I'd carry my kids with them and make them read the road signs in Louisiana. They could sound them out.
There you go.
And I'm old. I'll be 77 my birthday.
Okay. When's your birthday?
Got a good education. I got a good education.
Okay.
I hate to say it was an out-of-state school.
Okay.
And I went past just getting that BA. But it was pathetic. Honest to goodness, I have never been in anything. It wasn't fingernails on the chalkboard. It was, explosions going off in my head. And when they brought Dr. So-and-so up, I knew why. It's rotting from the head.
Yes.
And I teeter back and forth on school choice, but you take a school, with an A rating in Mississippi, and you take a kid from a Z- school and throw him in, there's no logic to education. They're not going to pull that kid up. They're going to pull everybody else down.
And that kid still got to catch up to that level.
Yeah, but
and he's not going to.
No, they're going. I took my kids out of private school. I probably put them in private school because of this. And then I got to go. But they said, we go in on Monday, like in history, we go over it.
Right.
We got it. Tuesday, we go over it again. Wednesday, we go over it again. Thursday, we go over it again. And on Friday, the same dumbasses fail a test.
Right.
Why can't we go Monday and Friday?
Okay.
So I put them in private school.
There you go.
You know, that's logical too.
Yeah. I mean, at least the kids that you're speaking to understand that they're wasting their time Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. They could find, they could go fishing.
Yeah. I had one that the teacher said had a reading problem.
Right.
First semester he was in private school, he made an A in English.
There you go.
I took off down there because they had to be just asking him because I was paying.
Right.
Well, this was a PACE Academy. They got individual instruction. She opened the desk. She took out motorcycle magazines, four-wheeler magazines, and car magazines. She said, he can read fine. He just didn't want to read what they gave him. He does his reports from this. So I'm exasperated with the school system.
Oh, yeah. And look, the school choice, if school choice was actually school choice, the bill that they put before it is just another program to put the money in another pocket of somebody else to build charter schools all over Jackson, Mississippi, or some diluted area for the underprivileged. Yeah. And that's all it is. So if that's what it is, say what it is, but you're not going to fix it. Look, you fix the system and you won't need the charter schools.
I'm thinking about running from the legislature. I don't want to get paid. All I want is a pre-written out pardon, and then I can have all I can steal.
There you go. There you go. That's perfect.
I enjoy the show. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. You know, it is sad that you can join the legislature and be wealthy. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to have the insider trader. You're going to learn how the public-private entities go on and how it all goes, and go, oh, so that's how you get rich. But they don't let people get into that circle.
That's right.
And they talk so many people into not running for office. You need to always be thinking about running for office, y'all, especially if you don't like the system. That's the way you fix the system. Mm-hmm. Will Brown says, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. But he didn't say that. He said Mark Twain said that. So Mark Twain said, there you go.
Always tell the truth.
You know, he must have been able to, Will Brown must be able to read a book.
I'm sure he can.
Yeah, and he can type too. It's all there. Good morning, Ricky Brown. Good morning, Ricky Gray. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show. Good morning, Ricky Brown. With Dawn McKenzie on the radio station, WYAB 103.9. With Dawn McKenzie on the radio station, WYAB.
103.9 WYAB.
Have you thought about the cost of long-term care? In Mississippi, a home health aide can cost over $57,000 a year, and a private nursing home room can exceed $109,000 annually. Hi, my name is Cressley Pierce at Pierce Professional Agency. Long-term care insurance may help protect your savings and give you more options and peace of mind as you age. Learn how planning ahead could save you money and stress. Find me, Cressley Pierce, online today at MadisonPlans.com. That's MadisonPlans.com.
This is Gary Bryden with the Association of Independent Methodists, inviting you to join us for the Methodist Bible Hour USA each Sunday morning at 7 a.m. We'll explore the scriptures, share insightful thoughts, and enjoy special music. In today's world, there's a lot of confusion around us, but we'll point you to the eternal truth found only in Jesus Christ. That's the Methodist Bible Hour USA every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. on 103.9 WYAB.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
CBS News Brief. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the U.S. is investigating after 4 people on an American-registered speedboat were killed by border troops in Cuba.
I'm not going to speculate now because right now, still, a lot of the information that's out there is information that's been provided by the Cubans. We are going to verify that information independently and reach our own conclusions.
Havana claims the U.S. residents were planning to infiltrate the island for terrorist purposes. Documents about sexual assault allegations against President Trump missing from the Epstein files. California's Democratic Congressman Robert Garcia.
It's a survivor who has made serious allegations of the president, and that needs to be investigated.
Indirect talks set to resume between the U.S. and Iran later today on its nuclear program. Foreign Minister Abbas Arangchi.
We are ready to remove concerns, but we are not ready to give up our rights for peaceful use of nuclear technology. This is what we demand.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here is what real customers have to say about Roeder's Plumbing Service.
This is Leah. I wanted to tell people what a wonderful job Roeder's Plumbing did for me recently. I called, Chris Roeder answered the phone. He had somebody out in no time. They fixed me real fast. I couldn't believe they came out here like that. That's all I can say.
Plumbing problems? You need Roeder's Plumbing. Visit roedersplumbing.com today.
Dr. Mike Stonington here from Stonington Farm Grass-Fed Beef. Here in South Mississippi on Stonington Farm, our steers are grass-fed and grass-finished. No grain, no hormones, no antibiotics, no mRNA vaccines. Our grass-fed and grass-finished beef is straight from our farm to your table. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and at StoningtonFarm.com. That's StoningtonFarm.com with 2 N's. And we deliver every 4 weeks to the Jackson area. We are the grass-fed difference.
Hello, friends and neighbors. This is David Frederick. I'm here to tell you about the latest development here at Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. In an effort to always bring you the very best brands, I am proud to announce that Frederick Sales and Service is Central Mississippi's newest dealer for Skag zero-turn mowers and products. We have deals on one of the industry's best brands of zero-turn mowers, Skag. You can buy now and pay later because 0% financing is also available at Frederick's. Come see our inventory. We're here serving you for over 3 decades in Brandon since 1993.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here's your host, Chip Matthews.
It's the all-important part of your day. It's the day when you get up and you go, I'm still alive. And you need to love being alive. I was just talking to her about the carotene guy that, her, Dawn McKenzie. Okay. Make sure I keep it in the road. But I was looking at where the Carradine guy died, and I was going, that was Keith Carradine's brother, David Carradine's brother.
Okay.
But he was in Revenge of the Nerds, but he committed suicide.
That's terrible.
Suicide is at a level that is just unreal lately. I keep hearing about another one and another one and another one. And is that because you get frustrated with the fact that it doesn't look like America, like your life can, you know, America's going to be fine. I need to go ahead and check out because I can't live in this world. I mean, what are they thinking? Yeah. When do you lose all hope of life improving?
Mm-hmm. I know of a gentleman that took himself out a week or so ago, and it's just very sad. And
it's sad, and like, you know, you'll talk to somebody that's high spirited, and they seem fine one day, and then boom.
Yeah,
it's a severe tragedy. It's something that we need to know more about. We need to figure it out.
Then our healthcare system.
My brother just sent me. He was bipolar. And then, of course, you know what I just said, which I'll probably get shot for this. He's bipolar. He thought he was getting rid of one of them. But never mind.
That's awful.
That was awful. I shouldn't have said that on the radio.
Our healthcare system is a hot mess, too.
Yeah.
Yesterday, my daddy had been sick a couple of days, and he's in his late 80s.
Right.
And they have certain medical insurance.
Right.
And nobody in Vicksburg takes their medical insurance. So they drove over to Clinton to a trust care. Right. Because they've seen my father there before and they were closed.
Well, Trust Care is a part of UMMC, right?
I don't know, but UMMC is who they generally come to.
But UMMC is shut down.
So they couldn't go to they couldn't go to university because they're shut down.
And
so how do you sit there and drive around with a 85-year-old man that's sick and you can't find anybody to look at him because of the insurance that they have?
And they're saying they're going to be shut down through the weekend.
But isn't that a state hospital?
Yeah, it's semi-state. It's a medical
so why
center.
isn't the state doing something about this?
Well, I mean, my question is,
they're in a hurry to hand out money to everybody else. I mean, fix this.
I mean,
people are going to die.
Yeah, but they're being held hostage for more money. It's the cyber scam guy who came in.
Well, all these computers need to be dumped in the Mississippi River.
Okay.
And go back to paper.
Let's put them in something other than the Mississippi River. I do not want to see it get clogged up. Let's take them to Minnesota.
Okay, that sounds better.
Although that's where the Mississippi starts up there.
Mm-hmm.
But we could put them in, they'll be in ice. They'll be packed in ice for a little while and won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
They'll sit there. And they don't like ice. And that's both versions.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, it's sad. It's sad that we do that. Hospitals are open. But
you don't take them to the Band-Aid hospital in Vicksburg.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the sad thing is the healthcare system in Mississippi, and they talk about rural healthcare, this, that, and the other. And you see Benny Thompson handing out. He has handed out the last few weeks, y'all, out of his own pocket, the way he makes it look, about $4 or $5 million, maybe $10 million.
Yeah.
Maybe more than that, $15, $20 million. But it's election time.
Mm-hmm. We never see that money until it's election time.
And Benny comes by with those big checks, which I don't know if those banks will cash those big checks. I wonder what those big checks cost us taxpayers every time they make a big check that says $225,000. I know a 6-foot sign like that, if you're buying like 20 and you're running for office, those 4x6 signs cost you about, I'd say, right at $1,100. Okay. And each one will cost you, I mean, for that many, but each one, if you got one, it'd probably be $400 or $500 a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Benny probably gets a discount, or he's got some Mexicans in some room that are illegal.
Yeah.
Illegal Mexicans that are doing stuff. But Benny's out buying votes.
But he's counting on those people to be stupid. He's counting on their inability to think rationally and look past the money.
I bet you at all his things, he goes, okay, I want everybody to sit down. I'm going to show you how to spell Benny. Spell Benny. And then they go,
it's with an IE, not a Y.
And here's how you do the X. Yeah, clearing the circle.
Yeah.
Don't get outside the lines. Better yet, just take one of my aides in there and say, you don't know how to read. And then they'll do that.
Maybe that's the reason the schools are as bad as they are. They're dumbing down the schools.
And maybe that's why everybody in the Democratic Society have these strong, strong names that are hard to say, or hard for at least some radio hosts to say. They will say this one. But when they have one of these long names, is the whole goal there to where you can't read it because it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
No rules like I before E except after C and blah, 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 and silent letters and blah, blah, blah. I mean, what's the new key to reading the names?
Yeah.
You know, what would my name be? My name is simple Chip. Chipetta? No. Chip, I don't know.
Chipawonka.
Let's go to the phone. Morning, YAB. Hello. 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 Hey. 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 You're on the radio.
Well, one thing we talking about the hospitals and everything. One thing, I just got 2 reports from different medical things saying that they've had breaches in their security.
Yeah.
And that now it's up to me to take care of it and make sure that my information is not out there getting misused. I think there ought to be some kind of way that we ought to be able to sue these companies for their non-security All they have to do is show that they were doing the best, the most they could with what they had.
Well, to me, your medical information should be the hardest thing to get. And when I was in a lawsuit, my lawyer got exactly what I was saying. And I was going, how did you get that without me signing a release? Well, it's public record. I'm like, no, it's not.
These were security breaches, and they said, you got to call those 3 major, Equifax or whatever, the ones I'm talking about.
Yep.
Credit report. You've got to call all them, put yourself on red flag. I think there ought to be something in there we ought to be able to sue these companies when they get breached.
Right, because their job is
to do that to get our that's just. But they've got that little law put in there where if they're doing the most they can with what they've got, then they're covered.
Well, let me ask you this question. You've got all these AI centers coming into Mississippi. You got all these power companies coming to Mississippi. UMMC is probably one of the biggest networks in the state of Mississippi as far as computer and what the information in their computer.
Surely.
And they're probably connected to the state in some kind of way because they're part state funded and part of Ole Miss.
Federal,
and federal. So let me ask you this. Is this a test run by Chinese nationalists to be able to shut down the entire grid at one time by attacking Mississippi?
Well, actually, it could be many countries. You look at the far eastern, the eastern countries like Pakistan, all those. That's all they try to do.
I mean,
is get into our information.
I mean, you don't have.
It's easily other countries do it. Especially China.
Think about this. Now we can take a bomb and go bomb anybody else. But to come to America, you got some oceans in the way and you got some defense lines in there that it's hard to come over here and just bomb America. But if you can get the cyber, if you can kill all the electricity and the internet and everything all at once, you could then, that's what the first step is going to be in order to bomb us.
When the nuclear thing was the biggest going on, now all they have to do is attack the data centers.
And then all we got to do, all we got to
attack the data centers, and we're done.
Right, and all you got to do is get one more Biden-like person in office, and then Chinese can take a weather balloon and take out all of America.
It looks like they tried that one time.
Yes, they did. They made it all the way across. They said, "We want to know what that is." You know what it is.
You know exactly what they were doing. They were mapping and taking all the information, and there's no telling what kind of electronic type stuff they had on there.
That's right.
But I'm just, it seems to me like we ought to have some kind of recourse whenever a system gets hacked.
Yes.
So we were doing the best we could with our security. We got the highest security there is.
And I mean, in order to be, and technically to be alive now, because I've been researching it, in order to be alive now, and if you were to get one of those life locks or whatever, that's going to cost you $110 a year, $120 a year to keep yourself safe. And they only cover $1 million.
Exactly. But that's coming out of your pocket, and that's not your fault that the stuff got stolen. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. So it just seems to me like there ought to be some kind of way we ought to have some kind of recourse with these companies to sue them, and in that way, you start dealing with the pocketbooks, and they might start doing something a little more serious.
Yeah,
I don't think they're taking that stuff as seriously as they ought to.
Well, then the state legislature needs to step in and protect us.
Well, we might as well just throw that out there.
We'll just call Lynn Fitch and get her to file a lawsuit. Okay, we're going downhill fast now.
There ain't no doubt about that. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the time.
Thank you. Absolutely the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you can't protect your hospital records, you can't protect this state, this country. And the yahoos that are just taking money left and right from Amazon in order to build these AI centers, they didn't come to Mississippi because we were the smartest people in the United States. We were at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? They start saying we're at the top. That way they can spend money here. Is that what y'all did? Is that what you're doing? You're really lying to us? When has the government not lied to us? Okay. Especially the Mississippi government. So they come over here when they lie to us and they say, oh, your Mississippi Miracle is taking place, yet we're getting on the phone and talking to actual citizens who have actual kids or have actually intermingled with people, and they can't write their name or say their name. They can't read. What's going on? I guess I got to find a fourth grader.
Yeah.
Because the Mississippi Miracle is about the fourth graders. Okay.
We got to take a break.
Got to.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie on WYAB.
We got to take a break.
Got to. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Dawn McKenzie.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Serpent Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
From a cabin on a creek to a field where the big bucks sneak. Oh, yeah! Tom Smith Land and Homes. Find your place where your roots can grow. From hunting ground to your front door key, call the landman of Mississippi. Tom Smith Land and Homes. Yeah, the landman's who you need. Brought to you by Tom and Ellen Smith. Tom Smith Land and Homes. That's it.
Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association wants you to stay away from downed power lines. Downed power lines carry the risk of deadly electric shock, even if the broken wire is not sparking. If a wire is crossing a road or driveway, avoid the area and keep others away. If you see a downed power line, back away and call your utility company or 911. When you call, be prepared to provide the specific address or location of the downed power line so a repair crew can get there as quickly as possible. This safety message brought to you by Yazoo Valley Electric Power Association.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
The best investment on earth is earth. This is real estate agent Shane Saxton. As I like to say, the government can print more money, but they can't print more land. In the past 2 years, I've sold over $100 million in real estate. Call me today to get your land and home sold, because Saxton Sales isn't just a slogan. It's backed up by hundreds of satisfied clients just like you.
Find one of Mississippi's top real estate agent, Shane Saxton, on Facebook, or call Shane at 601-540-5040. Upper Property, 601-724-1435.
When second's making a play, short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance, and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Hi, everyone. This is Matt Wasilowski, owner and general manager of 1039 WYAB. How much money does the state of Mississippi spend on advertising? A little over $10 million each and every year. Apparently, some people think that it's vitally important for the state of Mississippi to promote the Memorial Stadium, the Department of Marine Resources, soybean and rice products, MDOT, the State Fair, and the worst category of all, miscellaneous advertising expenditures for who knows what. And who pays for it all? In most cases, you, the taxpayer. I find that absolutely abhorrent. That's why 1039 WYAB refuses to accept advertising dollars from state government agencies. If you ever do hear a state agency advertising on WYAB, we're not getting paid for it. We stay on the air due to the support of the many businesses that you hear advertising every day on 1039 WYAB. So I only ask that you please tell our advertisers that you appreciate their support of 1039 WYAB. And keep listening.
From the garden,
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It is the Chip Matthews Show with riveting conversation and Dawn McKenzie with riveting silence. There you go. See there? See how that works?
Watch out, Chipwatsky.
Chipwatsky. I'm Chipotle, and I am
Chip
Chip
Labumba.
Labumba. Chip Labumba, as everybody's trying to fix my name. Replying to Debbie Bergancy, I heard that. Okay. What did Debbie say? Oh,
Hey.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
this radio program, although it is considered a radio program that people listen to, is brought to you by
Pierce Professional Agency. Planning for the future? You need to look up Cressley Pierce at madisonplans.com.
and he has all your needs and wants and desires there for you, and he will help you to make sure that you plan well for your, well, you wouldn't say afterlife, for your life and
Before it ends.
and then your kids that you have and this, that, and the other in the future. He'll help you plan it. You need planning.
That's right.
You need planning, or the government's just going to say, you're going to leave that here? We're going to get it.
And they sure will.
What did I see?
They'll take it.
I got to remember what I saw on TV the other day, but I can't remember right now. It's not working.
So what we're doing at Beethoven's this
Well,
weekend?
let's see. Well, right
Beethoven's
now,
Boardwalk.
well, what's been going on today is we've got the new stage built, and it looks fabulous.
Yes.
Now, today, the new outdoor bar will be built,
Yes.
and it will
It's
be fabulous. Then, of course, the new computer system is not fabulous, but it's getting there.
Well, POSs take a little while to get broke in.
Well, I call it a POS myself, but anyway. But here we are and at the Beethoven's, and we and everybody keeps going. It's the Beethoven's Boardwalk. It's this great idea. You got steakhouse over here. You got a steak place here. This big stage, that's Scooby's, right? I go, correct. That's Scooby's. That's where the live music
We
will
got to
be.
put a sign across the top of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be
That
big and
says
beautiful.
Chip's Wonderful Stage.
No, it's going to say Scooby's.
Scooby's. Oh.
You're not always wonderful.
I am. Yes, I am.
It's,
Okay. So
so who do we have playing this weekend?
oh, this weekend on currently, and we may add more people to play in this weekend.
It's
And I see
gonna
the
be
floor cops
beautiful.
driving by. We're waving at y'all. Do your lights. This morning, let's see, this weekend we have Christopher Davis. He's on Friday night.
Okay.
And he's got all the hits that are the hits that were the hits. Okay. And he is our news director, and he is wonderful at it. He's musically knowledgeable. Y'all
Yes.
should listen to the Blues and Arts Hour at 9:00 on Friday and listen to who he interviews and this, that, and the other. Then Saturday, we have keys versus strings, the ultimate battle warriors, and the keys versus the strings. So-
And maybe we might have somebody outside Saturday.
We're working that
It's
angle
going to
right
be
now.
beautiful,
gonna
sunny
be
and 80 degrees. Is that what we saw?
Yeah, and that just makes it, let's put it this way. We're about to have entertainment there on the weekends from noon to midnight.
Yeah. 12 hours.
12 hours of
Live
wall to
entertainment.
Wall to wall.
There were people on jet skis out in the water yesterday.
There were people dining on the deck last night.
Yes. We were full last night.
Yeah. And the wind was just out there. It was a little breezy, but they were out there last night.
Yeah.
You have to order a steak because the steak won't blow off your plate.
One of those big porterhouses.
Yeah, porterhouse. There you go. There you go. And pay with your credit card instead of cash. The cash may flow into the water. We're not responsible for cash that blows into the water. Okay.
Or your debit cards.
Or your debit cards. But anyway, y'all come on out and see us this weekend at the big Beethoven's Boardwalk that features an Acme Pizza, Fork and Plain, and Scooby's live on the water.
And billiards upstairs.
Billiards upstairs. Look, we had people showing up last night to play pool upstairs.
I know. I saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And we finished the bar upstairs too, haven't we?
No, we have not finished the bar upstairs.
We haven't?
It still needs a top.
Oh, okay. But we're getting close.
We're getting close.
Mhm.
And it's all fixing to be up and going and rocking and rolling. And we're going to be the only destination you're going to want to go to this summer. And we got it all in one place.
Yep.
On the boardwalk.
And the best bartenders and servers.
And and yesterday there was a big press conference that was called that got canceled, but they're going to do it again this week. They're renaming the reservoir the Gulf of Beethoven's.
Okay.
We'll be back tomorrow. Say goodbye.
Bye.